Hello and welcome to Express News. In the next half an hour, we will give you all the latest news and updates. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Let's start with our top story. Big relief for Sachin Pilot and 18 other rebel Congress MLAs. Rajasthan High Court reserves order till July 24th. The court yesterday asked all the parties to file replies. 19 rebel MLAs of Congress have filed a petition seeking dismissal of the disqualification notices served to them. Congress Legislative Party meeting held at Hotel Fairmont in Jaipur. In the evening, Speaker C.P. Joshi is likely to take action against the rebel MLAs irrespective to the court's decision. The Central Bureau of Investigation team has questioned Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot's OSD Devram Saini in connection with the suicide case of Rajasthan police officer Vishnu Dutt Vishnoi. A special crime unit of CBI Delhi is in Jaipur to probe into the death case of Vishnoi, who was SHO of Rajgarh. The team questioned OSD Devram Saini for about 2 hours in Jaipur this morning. CBI also had questioned Congress MLAs Krishna Punia yesterday in connection with the suicide case. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to deliver the keynote address at the India-Idea Summit tomorrow. The summit is being hosted by the US-India Business Council. This year marks the 45th anniversary of the formation of the council. The theme for this year's India-Idea Summit is Building a Better Future. The virtual summit will feature high-level presence from Indian and US government policymakers, state-level officials and thought leaders from business and society. Other key speakers at the summit include Minister of External Affairs Dr. S. Jaishankar, US Secretary of State Mr. Mike Pompeo, Senator of Virginia and co-chair of Senate India Caucus Mr. Mark Warner, former US Ambassador to the United Nations Ms. Nikki Haley, among others. The summit will witness discussions on areas including India-US cooperation and future of the relation between the two countries in a post-pandemic world. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar lashed out at Congress leader Rahul Gandhi for insulting people of India and brave Corona warriors. Union Minister slammed the Congress leader by listing Congress party's achievements of past 6 months from Shaheen Bagh and riots in February to political turmoil in Rajasthan. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar said that Congress will be reduced to a party that only tweets. He added that the rejected party is attempting to attack centre in every manner but will not succeed. Union Human Resource Development Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal launched Mano Darpan, an initiative to provide psychosocial support to students for their mental health and well-being. The Mano Darpan initiative has been included in the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan as a part of strengthening human capital and increasing productivity and efficient reform and initiatives for the education sector. Mano Darpan portal will act as a sustainable psychosocial support system for all students, teachers and families. HRD Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank said that through Mano Darpan, students can communicate with physicians and psychologists. He added that Mano Darpan will guide students in the adverse situation. The case fatality rate in the country continues to register a steady downfall. It has dropped to 2.43% as of now. India has one of the lowest case fatality rates in the world. More than 7 lakh persons have been cured of COVID-19 and discharged till now. This has further expanded the difference between those who are active COVID patients and the recovered persons by 3,22,048. 7,24,577 COVID patients have recovered from COVID-19 so far. The recovery rate as of now is at 62.72%. Medical attention is being provided to all the 4,02,529 active cases in hospitals and home isolation. India's death toll stands at 28,084 currently. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, 1,43,81,303 samples tested for COVID-19 so far. Of these, 3,33,395 were tested yesterday. Union Health Secretary Preeti Sudan and ICMR DG Dr. Balram Bhargav have written to all states to ramp up testing capacity. The results of zero prevalence study in Delhi show that on an average across the national capital, the prevalence of G antibodies is quite low. Results of seroprevalence study show that nearly 6 months into the epidemic, a less percentage of people is affected in Delhi, which has several pockets of dense population. This can be attributed to efforts taken by government as well as citizen compliance to COVID-appropriate behaviors. In Sikkim, a statewide lockdown began from 6 a.m. today till 6 a.m. on 27 July in view of recent surge in COVID-19 cases. In Sikkim, all government offices, shops, commercial establishments, institutions, markets and factories will remain closed except those granted exemptions. Educational, training and coaching institutions in Sikkim will remain closed till 31st August. A memorandum of understanding has been signed between the Central Board of Direct Taxes and the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs today. The MOU was signed by Chairman of CBDT Pramod Chandra Modi and CBIC Chairman M. Ajit Kumar in the presence of senior officials. This will facilitate the bilateral exchange of data and information on an automatic and regular basis. Finance Ministry claims that MOU marks the beginning of a new era of cooperation and synergy between both the organizations. The plain belt of Garo Hills has witnessed a surge in water levels over the past week, with most areas submerged underwater, facing an uphill battle against the deluge caused by the backflow of the Brahmaputra. Over 170,000 people are affected directly or indirectly due to floods in West Garo Hills district alone. The district administration has set up 22 relief camps and gratuity relief is being provided. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that loss of lives due to the floods in West Garo Hills, Meghalaya is very disturbing. In a tweet, he informed that he has spoken to Chief Minister Sangma Kongkrat and assured him all possible help from the central government. Nation stands resolutely with the people of Meghalaya in these trying times. In Assam, over 24 lakh people still affected in 24 districts and 2,254 villages under 70 revenue circles, along with more than 1,09,000 hectares of cropland are still submerged. In Assam, one more person has lost his life yesterday, and with this, the toll has reached 85. Adding this to the number of deaths due to landslides, total becomes 111 this season. The Brahmaputra in 5 districts, along with other rivers, are above danger marks. The Brahmaputra in 5 districts, along with other rivers, are above danger marks. Golpara, Barpeta, Morigaon, and Dubri are the worst affected districts. Over 48,000 inmates are taking shelter in 276 relief camps presently. Assam Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal today inspected flood and erosion affected areas near the AI river at Tulsi Hora and directed officials to take necessary measures on a war footing. Several parts of Chirang district are facing floods and erosion. Relief work underway. Special NIA court today extended the custody of Swapna Suresh and Sandeep Nair, accused in gold smuggling case, till July 24th. The court will consider their bail applications on the same day. NIA brought the prime accused in the case, Sarith, to Thiruvananthapuram. He is now being taken to various places as part of the investigation. The Delhi High Court has sought reply from the centre. Delhi government, the RBI and PMC bank on pleas filed in the PMC bank scam case. Lee seeks release of up to ₹5 lakh to depositors of the scam hit Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank Limited to help them address health issues during the prevalent COVID-19 pandemic. The has asked court them to file replies before the next date of hearing on August 19 in PMC Bank scam case. After the scam surfaced, several depositors allegedly committed suicide. Madhya Pradesh Governor Lalji Tandon breathed his last today, days after he was put on ventilator support in Lucknow's Medanta Hospital. 85-year-old BJP leader was getting treatment for liver and urine infection. President Ramnath Kovind has expressed grief over the demise of Lalji Tandon. In a tweet, he said, I quote, "In the passing away of Madhya Pradesh Governor Sri Lalji Tandon, we have lost a legendary leader who combined cultural sophistication of Lucknow and acumen of a national stalwart. I deeply mourn his death. My heartfelt condolences to his family and friends." Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu also condoled on the demise of the Madhya Pradesh Governor and BJP veteran Lalji Tandon, saying he will be remembered for his untiring efforts to serve society. In a tweet, Vice President said, deeply saddened by the demise of Sri Lalji Tandon, the people's leader who worked relentlessly for the uplift of the downtrodden. He will be remembered as a dedicated social worker, great thinker, able administrator and a distinguished parliamentarian. Sri Tandon was admired and loved by the people of Uttar Pradesh in general and Lucknow in particular. My condolences to the bereaved family members. Om Shanti. UP Governor Anandiben Patel, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath with his cabinet colleagues and other political leaders paid tribute to Lalji Tandon. Yogi Adityanath said the country has lost a popular leader, a qualified administrator and a social worker. The Chief Minister also spoke to Ashutosh Tandon, son of Lalji Tandon, who is also his cabinet colleague, to express his condolences. A 3-day state mourning has been announced in Uttar Pradesh as a mark of respect to the departed leader. The coronavirus has claimed the lives of over 6.09 lakh people worldwide, while over 1.47 crore has contracted the infection so far. US and Brazil remain worst affected in terms of COVID-19 infections and fatalities. The US has so far recorded over 38.30 lakh cases and over 1.40 lakh deaths. Brazil has crossed the 20 lakh mark and recorded over 21.18 lakh infections and over 80,000 deaths. US and Brazil are followed by the UK with over 45,397 fatalities, further followed by Mexico, Italy and France. With more than 1.40 lakh deaths, the infection graph continues to rise in 43 out of the 50 US states. Most US states and local governments have asked people to wear masks in public places to stop the spread of the coronavirus. 39 states have issued orders in different forms requiring people to wear masks, while 11 states are still having disputes over the issue. Florida reported another 10,000 new coronavirus cases on Monday, the 6th day in a row the state has announced over 10,000 new infections. Brazil registered 20,257 new confirmed cases of the novel coronavirus and the death toll rose above 80,000 yesterday. Total cases in Brazil, the world's second most affected country after the United States, have now risen to 2,11,08,646, while the 632 newly recorded deaths brought the total number of fatalities to 80,120. In Spain, residents and businesses in Catalonia are worried as the region battles a new surge of COVID-19 cases. Catalan authorities had on Sunday urged more than 96,000 people in 3 towns to stay at home except for essential journeys. The stay-home call stops short of imposing a mandatory lockdown but is the strongest measure taken to returning people to home confinement since Spain emerged from a nationwide lockdown last month. New measures include a ban on meetings of over 10 people. Bars and restaurants will be allowed to open but at 50% capacity inside. Spain, one of Europe's hardest hit countries, reported over 28,000 COVID-19 deaths so far. In Argentina, there was more movement on the normally bustling streets of Buenos Aires on Monday after the capital eased nearly 4-month-old restrictions to stop the spread of coronavirus. In Buenos Aires, which has been under the tightest restrictions in the country since March 20th, shops, hair salons and some professional services reopen. Outdoor recreation activities will also be permitted. However, schools will remain closed while officials analyze options for the safe return of students. Argentina has confirmed nearly 1,27,000 cases and over 2,300 deaths due to COVID-19 so far. Saudi Arabia announced that this year only over 1,000 pilgrims of various nationalities who are already present in the kingdom will be allowed to perform a scaled-down Hajj. This year's Hajj will be held under strict hygiene protocols with access limited to pilgrims under 65 years old and without any chronic illnesses. Pilgrims will be tested for coronavirus before arriving in the holy city of Makkah and will be required to quarantine at home after the ritual. European Union leaders clinched an historic deal on a massive stimulus plan for their coronavirus throttled economies in the early hours of Tuesday after a fractious summit lasting almost 5 days. The agreement paves the way for the European Commission, the EU's executive, to raise billions of euros on capital markets on behalf of all 27 states, an unprecedented act of solidarity in almost 7 decades of European integration. Leaders hope the 750 billion euro recovery fund and its related 1.1 trillion euro 2021-2017 budget will help repair the continent's deepest recession since World War II after the coronavirus outbreak shut down economies. Syrian air defenses intercepted a new Israeli aggression above the capital Damascus in the latest wave of attacks. Western intelligence sources said that there were Israeli strikes on a major Iranian-backed ammunition depot on the edge of the capital. Israeli missiles had flown over the Syrian Golan Heights, where they conducted raids around the capital. Live footage showed blasts across the skies of capital. Syrian military defectors said that the strike targeted a major Iranian-run ammunition depot in Jabal al-Mane near the town of Kiswa, where Iranian Revolutionary Guards have long been entrenched. Russian Greenpeace has released aerial footage showing day and night shots of large-scale wildfires raging in Siberia. Russia's forestry agency reported that in the past 24 hours, the territory of wildfires currently addressed by its forces decreased by 24% and amounts to 28,000 hectares. Scientists have said that they expect record-breaking temperatures in Siberia, which reach as high as 38 degrees Celsius and will continue to spawn wildfires. Egypt's parliament approved the deployment of armed forces abroad to fight criminal militias and foreign terrorist groups on Western Front after President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said Cairo that he could intervene in Libya. Parliament said in a statement that the troops would be defending national security without giving further details or naming Libya directly. A riveting contest finally came to an end, with England levelling the Test series 1-1 after registering a commanding 113-run victory over the West Indies in the second Test at Old Trafford on Monday. Ben Stokes was at the centre stage, scoring a patient 176 in the first innings, belting an unbeaten 78 in the second, which helped England set West Indies a steep target of 312, with the host scoring 92 in 11 overs on the fifth morning. He then broke an important partnership with the wicket of Jermaine Blackwood and finished 2 wickets in the innings. Stuart Broad and Chris Wokes also played pivotal roles in England's victory, picking 5 wickets between them in the second innings, ensuring that England did not let the advantage slip. Dom Bess provided the finishing touches with 2 wickets as West Indies were bowled out for 198. The only concern for England was the sight of Stokes pulling up mid-over late in the day, but he said there are no concerns over his availability for the third and final test beginning Friday at the same ground. The International Cricket Council today confirmed the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in Australia 2020 has been postponed due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Cricket's apex body has held multiple meetings in the last few months in order to ascertain the best possible outcome, but came and said conclusion in the latest one on Monday. ICC Chief Executive Manu Sawhney said that the board have undertaken a comprehensive and complex contingency plan exercise, and through this process, our number one priority has been to protect the health and safety of everyone involved in the sport. The Ballon d'Or for the world's best players will not be awarded in 2020 because of lack of sufficient fair conditions created by the coronavirus pandemic. The decision seems somewhat bizarre given that all of Europe's major football leagues except France have been able to complete their campaigns. Barcelona star Lionel Messi won a record 6 Ballon d'Or last year, taking him past rival Cristiano Ronaldo, who has 5 to his name. And the cancellation of prestigious prize means Cristiano Ronaldo remains one behind Messi. The award was created in 1956 and is the most prestigious individual trophy in football. The Ballon d'Or is presided over by France Football, having been a FIFA award from 2010 to 2015. Well, that's all we have in Express News. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.